Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am your tutor बीनिश साहिब। मैं हाजिर हुई हूँ आपके साथ पहले लेक्चर के लिए बायोलॉजी के। जैसा कि मैंने आपसे प्रॉमिस किया था कि हम दोनों, मैं और मेरे प्यारे स्टूडेंट्स मिलके अपने बायो के कंसेप्ट्स को क्लैरिफाई करेंगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिफरेंट लेक्चर्स जो मैं आपको दिया करूँगी। मैंने आज के लिए जो टॉपिक सिलेक्ट किया है दैट इज स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ न्यूरॉन। क्यों जरूरत पेश आई कि मुझे ये टॉपिक सिलेक्ट करना पड़ा या मैंने यही टॉपिक क्यों सिलेक्ट किया? वेरी सिंपल डियर स्टूडेंट्स, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ न्यूरॉन हमारी बॉडी का बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है। ये किस पार्ट से जुड़ा हुआ है? यस, नर्वस सिस्टम से। नर्वस सिस्टम इज अ सिस्टम विच कंट्रोल एंड कमांड ओवर होल बॉडी। ये वो इम्पोर्टेंट सिस्टम है जो हमारी सारी बॉडी को कंट्रोल करता है। और ये कैसे कंट्रोल करता है? ये कोऑर्डिनेशन के ज़रिए और स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ सेल्स के ज़रिए करता है जिनको हम न्यूरॉन्स कहते हैं। नाउ कम टू द टॉपिक कि हमें न्यूरॉन जो है उसको स्टडी करने की कैसे ज़रूरत है। देखिए स्टूडेंट, सिंपल, अगर आप नर्वस सिस्टम को पढ़ रहे हैं तो उसमें आपको 3 या 4 मेन पार्ट्स के बारे में पता चलता है। वो 3 पार्ट्स कौन कौन से हैं बच्चों? तो दैट पार्ट्स आर ब्रेन, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड एंड नर्व। नर्व ट्रांसमिटिंग एलिमेंट, वो ट्रांसमिशन का वो जरिया है जिनके जरिए ब्रेन अपने कमांड को पूरी बॉडी में भेजता है, सेंड करता है। और ये नर्व जो है वो किससे बनी है? तो ये बनी है एक स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ सेल से जिसको हम न्यूरॉन का नाम देते हैं। नाउ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ न्यूरॉन में हम बताते हैं कि न्यूरॉन जो है वो एक ऐसा स्पेशलाइज्ड सेल है जो कि नर्व इम्पल्सेस को रिसीव भी करता है एंड सेंड करता है टू द अदर नर्व और फिर टू सेंड टू द ब्रेन फॉर प्रोसेसिंग। हमारा ब्रेन एक कंप्यूटर की तरह काम करता है। That nervous system consists of specialized cells which are called neurons, and the function of neuron is to transmit the messages through the electric signals from taking it from the brain, taking it from the sensory nerves and transmitting it to the brain, or if it takes from the brain, transmit it to the effectors or other neurons for transferring for action of the effector muscles. So neurons are present basically in human body. Where is if we consider where neurons are present in our body, so neurons are present basically in whole of our body, and it is there are I think million of neurons in human bodies which are used to transfer the different signaling for communication. These signaling are not only electrical form but also chemical forms from the different glands and from the gland of brain which is called pituitary gland. So we can say that neuron is a structural function. Neuron is a structural and functional unit of a nervous system. It's a simple definition of neuron. Why it is called simple? Because we are not describing its function, we are describing only its importance of nervous system. When we describing its function, so we describe the whole term as neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system to transmit some electrochemical signals or chemical signals for its importance of neuron in our nervous system and then the definition of neuron. Now we are going to discuss the physical structure, you can say morphology or anatomy of neuron. Neuron is a basically have three main parts. As I draw, मेरी ड्राइंग आपको यहाँ नज़र आ रही होगी. फोकस करेंगे हम कि सबसे पहले जो न्यूरॉन का पार्ट आता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड सेल बॉडी. इट्स वेरी क्लियर पार्ट ऑफ अ न्यूरॉन, टिपिकल सेल. आई हैव ड्राइंग हेयर अ टिपिकल सेल ऑफ न्यूरॉन. न्यूरॉन के बहुत से डिफरेंट टाइप के सेल होते हैं जिनकी शेप डिफरेंट होती है, मगर मैंने यहाँ पे आपके लिए एक सिंपल टिपिकल न्यूरॉन स्ट्रक्चर ड्रॉ किया है. In this neuron structure, I clarify you, the first main part is a cell body. Cell body is also called cytone and soma. This cell body consists of nucleus for reproductive functions and for other important functions, cytoplasm and some organelles, cell organelles like ribosomes and mitochondria to process the cell function. The second part of cell body after cell body is dendrites. Dendrites is also a branch like structure of neuron which is present above the cell body. It's look like an antennas or also look like a you can see antennas of deer. Branch structure of dendrites, its functioning. If we discuss the functioning of cell body and dendrites, cell body process the information which received by the dendrites. First of all, dendrites receive information from sensory neurons and from sensory receptors. These messages or these information received in the form of signaling, in the form of chemical signals, and these signaling transmitted by the dendrites to the cell body. From here, cell body interprets and integrates these signalings and these messages and then transmit this message to the third part, main third part, which is called axon. Axon is a channel-like structure or tube-like structure. There are different types of axon exist in a neuron cell. Now, if we see this diagram, in this diagram, this portion of neuron is called axon, and it is extended from here to here, and these ending part is also axon part, but it is called axon terminal. If you see this kind of structure, what is this kind of structure is? It is a fatty sheet, fatty type of sheet which covered axon pipe. This fatty type of sheet is called myelin sheet. What is the function of myelin sheet? It is an insulating sheet to protect, and also it provides some gaps to speed up the functioning of transmitting. There are some other supporting structures also present in some kind of neuron. Like this, as you focus on the diagram, there is some special kinds of sheet, some special kind of coatings are present which are called myelin sheet, as are not only for the protection of axon, but it also helps the neuron to speed up transmission. How it helps to speed up transmission? It contains some special kind of structures are called node of Ranvier. As you see here, this is called node of Ranvier. These gaps and junctions have to jump the transmitters, jump the messages from one part to next part, and it enhances their speed to move forward. Now, the third one, helping part is, supporting part is synaptic nodes. Synaptic nodes are present at the end of axon terminals, and these nodes have to transmit the messages from one neuron to second neuron through the gap of synaptic gaps of axons, one axon and second dendrite. एक एक्सॉन और दूसरे न्यूरॉन के डेंड्राइट्स के दरमियान में जो गैप आता है बच्चों, उन गैप्स के दरमियान में वो जंप करते हैं ट्रांसमीटर्स या आपके मैसेजेस, जो इलेक्ट्रो ट्रांसमीटर मैसेजेस होते हैं, वो जंप करके साइनेप्टिक नोड्स के ज़रिए मूव करते हैं नेक्स्ट डेंड्राइट्स की तरफ, ताकि वो ट्रांसमिट हो सके अगले नर्व्स को। और इस तरह न्यूरॉन टू न्यूरॉन ट्रांसमिट होते हुए या तो ब्रेन की तरफ जाते हैं, या न्यूरॉन टू न्यूरॉन ट्रांसमिट होते वो इफेक्टर्स की तरफ जाते हैं। वर्क कैसे करता है अभी हम देखेंगे कि हमारे जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं वो कितनी काइंड्स के होते हैं, उनकी टाइप्स क्या हैं। व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन? टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स are basically mainly I think types of neurons are 3. Number 1, which kind of neuron is called sensory neuron? Second is motor neuron. And third one is called relay and also called intermediate neuron. This is the names of different their functioning and their locations. First neuron is sensory neuron. Sensory neuron is also called efferent neuron. Efferent means इफेक्टर्स, इफेक्ट करने वाला, पहुंचाने वाला, देने वाला. So that sensory neurons are present near to it receive messages from the sense organ. इसका फंक्शन ये है कि ये सेंस ऑर्गन से मैसेजेस रिसीव करता है ये न्यूरॉन, और उस न्यूरॉन के मैसेज को ये रिले को प्रोवाइड करता है. व्हाट आर रिले? रिले इज अ सेंटर ऑफ इंटरप्रेटिंग. हमारा सेंटर ऑफ इंटरप्रेटिंग कौन सा है बच्चों? यस, ब्रेन. ब्रेन इज द इंटरप्रेटिंग सेंटर, रिले सेंटर, सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम. एंड दीज न्यूरॉन्स, रिले न्यूरॉन्स या इंटरमीडिएट न्यूरॉन्स, अब आप लोकेशन की बात करें तो वह कहाँ फाउंड होते हैं? दीज आर फाउंड इन द सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम. सेंसरी न्यूरॉन, मोटर न्यूरॉन हमारी बॉडी में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, लेकिन रिले न्यूरॉन्स जो होते हैं ये हमारी सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम के अंदर, हमारा इनका मेन फोकस कहाँ पे होता है? ये कौन सी जगह पे प्रेजेंट होते हैं? दे आर प्रेजेंट इन ब्रेन, दे आर प्रेजेंट इन स्पाइनल कॉर्ड्स. नाउ बैक टू द सेंसरी न्यूरॉन फंक्शन. व्हेन दे ट्रांसमिट देयर मैसेजेस टू द रिले intermediate neurons, brain interpret it, brain give command, give messages through the chemical message, through electric message, transmit back its signaling with the help of second type of neuron. This is called motor neuron. This is special kind of neuron which receive message from brain and convey this message to effectors. What are the effectors? Effectors are some targeted hormones, and effectors are some special kind. Let's start discussion about its sixth character, which is transmission of nerve impulses. How nerves transmit the impulses throughout the body, and how you can say the neuron work. Neuron work as when any stimulus comes from the sense organ, which is our sight, which is our hearing, touch, and other organs. These stimulus pass to the sensory nerves, which are called by sensory nerves by the way of receptors and impulses. These nerves transfer impulses or messages toward the brain central part of nervous system for interpretation, and here interneuron nerves process these information, interpret these information, and convert these information in a command for the next go back, and then these information converted into command, or you can say that what will be output of the information these information pass to the central nervous system to motor neuron. These nerves, third type of nerves, send back these messages through electrotransmitters toward the effectors. And what are the effectors? Effectors are basically our body muscles or glands for showing the output and showing the effects of commands of that was come from the brain system. These effectors are muscles. How can we consider the whole phenomena occurring? These whole phenomena will be well understanding in a process of reflex R, which I describe you in detail in my next lecture, inshallah. Now I generally describe you the reflex R process in a very narrated way, as that when we place our fingers in a hot area or when our fingers touch any hot thing, so our fingers contain some sensitive sensory organs, which is the touch receptors. These fingers touch receptor activated and they feel the stimulus comes from the hot area. These stimulus bring by the sensory neurons and sensory nerves toward the brain. These sensory neurons passed one by one these whole stimulus in a form of receptor, transmitter, electrotransmitter toward brain, central nervous system. Here in the area of brain, interneurons and relay neurons work on these sensations and identify it as a hot object. And when this identify that our hand touching the hot object, these brain ordered our motor neuron to pass the message to muscles of hand that pull back the hand. The motor neuron send bringing this message toward our hand muscles, and our fingers contract and our hand also contract when we pull back our hand suddenly in a few seconds after touching the hot space or after touching the hot object. This whole process occurred in reflex action, and the way or path which is formulated due to this action is called reflex R. It is a very narrow, short. So student, after this narrow description of reflex R, we summarize our lecture. What was we read in this lecture today? This is the main topic of structure of neuron, and we study that. First of all, we study importance of neuron, how neuron is important for us. It is central unit of brain. It is central neuron, central nervous system. And second importance is that it allow communication, it involve in thinking, it evolve to control our voluntary, involuntary action. And importance of neuron is that it control our whole body movement, sensation, and even our memory. After that, we discussed that how many kinds of neurons are in our body. There are three kinds of neuron: sensory neuron, motor neuron, and third one is relay neuron or interneuron, which are found in the brain. Structure, after finding the structure of, we can also found the structure of neuron. After that, we find that different types of neuron. Structure of neuron consists of main three parts, as I described through my diagram. You can see it again. That main parts is, first main part is dendrites, then cell body, after that axon, and other supporting particles are myelin sheets and some synaptic gaps and nodes of Revenier's. After studying their function, also we study their function one by one, detailed, and this was our whole lecture. Okay, students, that's all about structure of neuron. And from my side, if you have any inquiry, you can question me. I hope you understand this lecture and you listen this lecture carefully, and I hope you will understand it. If there is any difficulty, if you have any problem in the lecture, you can discuss me, you can inbox me. We will explore more topics inshallah in my next videos about the topic of biology. If you wanted any topic that I can lecture you, I can explain you can describe me about that. Also, if you like my video, kindly like it, and kindly subscribe my channel, and kindly share my video if you think that it is useful for you and your fellows also. Thank you.
Like, subscribe and share. Allah Hafiz.